Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie and today we are doing another TBR video, which I'm so excited about because it is finally October, which is spooky season, which is fall, which is my absolute favorite season of them all. Claps for the rhyme. No, but in all seriousness, I love fall. It's my absolute favorite season and I am so excited to get into this TBR cart because I have so many good ones on here that I've been dying to read during the fall time, during the spooky season. So I've just been really looking forward to doing the October TBR. Here we are. Of course, I have my TBR cards in my jar right here. Let's get into my October TBR. I honestly read quite a bit of my September TBR, which I was so proud of. I'm still in September as I'm filming this and I'm still currently reading books from that TBR, but I think I did carry a couple over that I did not get to on this cart because I still want to read them, but I just didn't get to them in September. So if there's any repeats, that's why. We're going to do a little mix to get these all mixed up because they definitely need a good mix. Let's dig into book number 1 of our October TBR, a book with yellow on the cover. I don't know if I've ever gotten this one. I feel like we have a few to choose from, so let's see. The ones that I'm like eyeing right now, so we have The Friend Zone. A novel story has yellow on the cover. I mean, a lot of these have like hints of yellow. Guys, I'm going big for the first one. I mean, it has gold on it, but it also has yellow, and I'm gonna count that right there. It's yellow. I need to read this book and I've really been wanting to, so we're definitely just pulling this one for our first one. It's a big boy, but this is the 5th Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Believe it or not, I've never read the entire Harry Potter series. I'm actually currently on the 4th book. I'm in the middle of it. I want to finish the series this year, and obviously after the 4th is the 5th. So we're pulling this one for our first book of October, and I think Harry Potter is just the perfect cozy time to read this book. I know a lot of people love this series. Let me know if you're a big Harry Potter person. My girlfriend's actually a huge Harry Potter person. She's a Slytherin. I want you to guess what I am actually. You should guess in the comments what house I'm in, but this is our first book of October. Very excited because I've been wanting to finish the series. Book number 2 of October is a fantasy book. Ooh. You guys know I'm not the biggest fantasy lover of them all, but I do love certain fantasy books, and we do have a few honestly on the TBR cart. So let's see what we have first. We have Phantasma, which I've honestly seen so many people reading this lately. It's been very hyped up, so that could be one I reached for. We have One Dark Window. This has also been on my TBR for I don't know how long. So long. This book is about Ophelia. Her mom is actually brutally murdered. She doesn't have much time to grieve over that because they have just inherited their family's magic and a ton of debt, so she has to kind of pay this debt off. But her sister ends up wanting to enter something called Phantasma, which is this cursed manor that you have to tackle all 9 floors to get a wish at the end, but there's just so many obstacles and crazy demons and things that it makes it really hard to obviously conquer this, but she wants to protect her sister, so she decides to take this on. I'm very excited about this. I've honestly heard so many great things and I've seen it all over my Instagram lately, so I'm excited to dive into this, but this is definitely giving spooky season, so we're gonna add it to the October TBR for book number 2. Book number 3 of October, a book by an author that you've read before. We have a few authors on here that I've read before. I've obviously read Abby Jimenez. I've read Ashley Poston. I'm actually currently reading the first book of this, so I've read Lori Gilmore, obviously Allie Hazelwood, Alice Feeney. Okay, there's so many. I've honestly read a ton of these authors before, so I'm gonna kind of just pick one. This is the book I'm gonna pick for an author that I've read before because I'm actually currently reading the first book of this and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's definitely just cozy, cute, fall time read. You know, nothing like crazy spectacular about it so far. I'm only like 100 pages in, but I know I'm gonna want to read this book and I feel like it just gives me all the fall vibes and I really enjoy the setting of it, which makes me really want to read this one. So this is going to be the one I picked for the author I've read before. One day Hazel finds a secret message in one of the books in the Cinnamon Bun bookstore and she's having a hard time figuring out what it means, but she keeps having clues like pop up. Noah is actually a fisherman in town and she kind of goes to him to ask for help to help her solve this message that keeps popping up. He's excited because he thinks that she's so cute and he's been crushing on her for a while, so it's like the perfect chance for him. It's just like a small town spicy romance and I love that, and I feel like I need some to break up these bigger books that we already have, so I'm going to add this to my October TBR. Book number 4 of October. What do we have? We have have A Book You Keep Saying You'll Read. This is targeted. This is targeted towards me. There's honestly a few on here that I've said over and over, time and time again, that I'll eventually read. I'm going for this one. You know what? I think I've added it to the TBR a couple times, maybe more than a couple times. I'm not sure since it came out. I think a lot of you know why I've probably been avoiding this is because I haven't heard the greatest things about this. I think I did add it to a TBR video previously, and some of you came and said that it's not as bad as people are making it out to seem, so that gives me a little bit of hope. But that's honestly the reason I've been putting it off and saying I'll read it and I don't, is because of the negative reviews I've heard of it. But I have to complete the series. This was one of my favorite thriller series, and I love Freida McFadden, so I just have to read the book. I know it's gonna be quick, a quick thriller. It'll be great for October, so I just have to get to it this month. I've actually been getting to a lot of the books that I have said I would and haven't, so I'm very proud of myself for that. So hopefully we can come through with this one and get it done with in October. But obviously this is the third book in the Housemaid series. If you haven't read the first two, I totally recommend them. I loved both of them. I am hoping to like this one, but we'll see. But this is basically about the maid in the other two books. She now lives a happy life in a cul-de-sac with her husband when one day her neighbors come to her and invite them over for dinner, so they end up going, and when they knock on the door, a maid actually answers the door. It's giving her all the flashbacks, obviously, because she has been in that position before. As they leave the house that night, she says, "Be careful of your neighbors," and that obviously sends chills down her body, so have to figure out what's happening with that. This is definitely one of the books I've said that I'll get to and I haven't yet, so we're gonna get to it in October. It's the perfect time and I have no excuse, so we're gonna be reading this in October. Book number 5 for October, a highly anticipated book. What do we have on here that's highly anticipated? The Unmaking of June Farrow is definitely highly anticipated. I had it on my TBR last month and I didn't get to it, so that's why I added it to this cart, because I really want to get to it. But I've heard such great things, so this is definitely highly anticipated for me. It says a woman risks everything to end her family's century-old curse, solve her mother's disappearance, and find love in this mesmerizing novel. This is definitely going to be a priority book for this month, but we're going to add this for book number 5 of October TBR. Book number 6 of the October TBR is a book with a person on the cover. I know that Prospects has people on the cover. The Friend Zone, ooh, that could be an option. How You Get the Girl does. This is actually the one I'm going to pick for this one. It's called Given Our History by Christian J. Miller. It has 2 people on the cover, and I actually picked this book up because of the cover. I had no idea what it was about, but I saw the cover when I was book shopping last month and it looked so cute, and then I read the back and I thought it sounded cute, so I picked it up. This book is about Clara. She is an assistant professor. She teaches history. She's wanted to be a history teacher her entire life, which is great for her. Not for me. I would never do that, but I'm so happy for her. But everything's about to pay off. She's about to get this position at a private college and she's so excited. But in comes Theodore, and he's brought to the college as a visiting scholar. He also teaches history. At first, Clara thinks he's a stranger, but then realizes it's actually the person she broke up with 10 years ago. So they definitely have history, but they're obviously spending more and more time together now, and that history is coming back to them. We'll see how their little love story goes, but I think it's just gonna be a really cute fall read, and I have a lot of stuff going on this TBR right now, so I think we definitely need a romance to break all of this up. So this is going to be book number 6 for my October TBR. Book number 7 for October is genre you love to read. I love romance and I love thrillers. Those are my top 2. I'm gonna pull this one because it is a sapphic romance, and there's nothing I love more than a sapphic romance. It's called How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly. This book's about Julie Parker. She is the coach for a high school basketball team, and one of the teens that joins this basketball team, their foster parent is actually an ex-WNBA player. Julie somehow convinces her name is Elle, or Ellie, I'm not sure exactly, but she convinces her to become the assistant coach to her and help them with the team this year. At some point, Julie actually tells Elle her lifelong struggle with dating and that part of her life, so Elle offers to help Julie kind of practice dating. Obviously, they fall in love. I'm very excited for this. I have been reading a lot of sapphic romances lately, and I love them, so I love finding new ones, and I'm excited to have this on the October TBR. Book number 8 for the October TBR is a book with the fake dating trope. This book was also on my TBR last month, and I'm going to move it over to this TBR because I didn't get to it and I really want to, but this has a fake dating trope in it. This book is about a struggling event planner named Amory. One day she runs into her ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend in a coffee shop, and she basically spills coffee on this random man, and then he kind of understands what's happening. He plays along as if he's her boyfriend, so he helps helps her out. But this man is Vincent, and he's actually an astronaut. Apparently a lot of people in Houston pretend to be astronauts because that's where the NASA base is. He's actually a real astronaut, and he has a mission in about 3 months, but he asks Amory to basically play along as his fake girlfriend for his overly invested family until his mission, but in exchange he'll let her live rent-free in one of the rooms he has in his house because she's struggling and trying to get this business going. There is a fake dating trope in this and a little love story, but it's going to be a quick little romance read, perfect to add to this very big long TBR. So this is going to be our final book for our October TBR. But those are all the books for my October TBR. We definitely have a lot of books, a lot of big books, a lot of long books. We definitely have a big variety. We have romance, sapphic romance, fantasy, thrillers. We have a lot of stuff going on in this TBR. I'm very excited. I feel like it's going to be such a great reading month. October is one of my favorite reading months. It's like the perfect time to cozy up on the weekends and read and just get through all the TBRs. So I'm very excited about all these books. Let me know if you guys have read any of these or if you are planning on reading any of these books in October, because that would be really fun if we could buddy read. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you guys in my next one.